So hi guys, this is another trans video, so if anyone would like to switch off now or get out because they don't like it, they are well advised to do so. Okay, now today we've got the serious issue of my long hair to be dealt with, and altogether I just wanted to show that it's not so obvious to be trans, and that so many people who haven't come out yet will probably be very unrecognizable for the outside world, and that many would say, oh my god, there's a young woman, it's good looking girls, and blah blah blah, and how could she, how can she, and so on. But the problem is, us people are very good at hiding and acting and playing games, and so am I, unfortunately. My problem now is that I don't really feel the problem, or I don't feel a problem, but I don't have a problem with my long hair. As a man, I would probably just have a phase where I have my hair long, like the surf dudes and stuff. They have long hair, and some medieval LARP playing people where they have long hair, and but the thing is, they won't be confused with girls. That is the problem. They go out and people will see, hey, that's a guy with long hair. Okay. The funny thing is, now a couple of years ago when I had long hair like this, it's not good hair. It's really damaged, and it should come off anyway. That's just another excuse, but it's really not nice at the moment. When I had long hair a couple of years ago, and I was at the jumble sale somewhere, and I stood looking at things, somebody stepped up from behind and they say, hey young man, could you just let me have a look here? And I turned around and they still wouldn't know that I'm a girl. So now of course I'm wearing the hair like so, but this is a more feminine style, and if you just push it up a little bit, it's the typical style women wear the hair. The thing is that you don't necessarily have to have short hair as a trans man. You don't have to have all that crew cut stuff going on. I think sometimes it gives it a bit of away that you try too hard. Some guys really try very hard to look very masculine, and they don't really have to, because if they are on T, most people really look, well, most people of what I see here on YouTube, they look quite convincing. Some people with more round faces, soft features, they probably try to emphasize the fact that they are now men. They try to do that with the hair. Yeah, anyway, so I think that today is the day that the hair comes off. I'm not so sure about the haircut yet, because I don't want that crew cut. On the one hand I want it, but then I would have to go to a hairdresser's. I used to do my hair on my own, just the short hair on my own. I did it myself, I want to say, so, and on my own, because nobody helped me. I could do it again, but I think the result won't be the perfect enough to really convince others. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. So this just is to prove that you don't really have to look butch lesbian or anyway very masculine as far as hairstyles are concerned. And in this case I can show you, as soon as the hair goes, I think it's a totally different picture, and that's what I want. Thing is, with a haircut, with a short haircut, the hair doesn't stay like that, you know, like the one on top, the part on top, which is really sleek and longer than on the sides. If you want to do that with short hair, you have to sort of glue it to your head with a brilliantine, or what was it called, or gel. I hate gels, I hate wax, and yeah. If I cut it really short, it's the same length everywhere. It's only 2 centimeters, I think. Milu! It's these dogs. Milu! Milu, Milu. So it's the same length all over your head, and it's a completely different type of haircut. But I would like this sort of, you know, elegant, sort of 20s, 30s style haircut with a longer part here. So this needs to be long, and the rest needs to be shorter. And this is something I can't do myself. This is something I have to go to the hairdressers for, so I don't really know if I do that tonight. Maybe probably they want to cut it all off at the hairdressers, and if I just cut it off in parts now, it'll probably not look right. Alright, so yeah, I watched a couple of videos and got some more information on the tea business. In my particular case, I am most of the time I've spent the last couple of months in Germany. I've got my health insurance in Belgium, and I've got my place of residence in Belgium, but I don't work at the moment in Belgium, so I would have to go back to Belgium in order to get all things started. I don't know if I can do this quite yet, not because I'm not sure I want to do it, but because I have other commitments here in Germany, so I have to get that sorted out first. I know a very good therapist in Belgium, so it could all get started there quite quickly, I think. So what I want to do now is I first want to just take some DHEA pills, or like a combined DHEA plus tribulus and all the usual suspects, and try to really work out more, do more skating, well, and really try to shape my body more, or as far as I can do it myself, right, without testosterone. And with these supplements, probably I will see some results already, and I will see how the end result will be, or hints of how the end result will be. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do now. And then towards the end of the year, towards the end of the summer rather, then I will go back to Belgium and get the procedure started. Because I started last time, I got into the therapy like couple of 3 or 4 times I went, and then I ran out of money, because the first half or so you have to pay yourself, and the assessment phase, I think, and as soon as the phase is over, you get your certificate, so to speak, and you can apply for you can apply at the what's it called, health insurance, for health insurance coverage, and they will cover it in Belgium. They will cover everything. So the therapist says okay, and then the health insurance covers everything, which I find amazing. Hey. Yeah, right, that's it. So probably next time I've got short hair, and I will probably also get another channel to devote myself entirely to the tea story, because people might be put off. So other people who really want to see things about skating or whatever, or clouds and chemtrails and world revolution resistance, they will get their own channels, so that nobody has to watch things they don't like. Because I think that some subscribers already felt like I'm not quite sure. I didn't get hardly any comment on my latest video, the last one, the long one about transgenderism, everything. I got a couple of weird comments, and I had to get a lot of, yeah, let's say I had to prove my motivation, and I did that, I think. Yeah, I think it's also to do with the fact that in Germany or in Europe as well, altogether, the feedback or the acceptance isn't that widely spread, maybe, or it's just the fact that people don't talk about it as much. And also here in this area where I am now, it's very rural. I think it might be fair to say that I might be the only one in the area. It's not the only gay in the village, but I'm probably the only trans in a 100-kilometer radius of where I am. So the next biggest city is Cologne, or not the next biggest city, but the next biggest city where trans people meet is Cologne. Cologne being a very liberal city, known for their gay scene and all that. The next one is Stuttgart, which is really far away from here, and then there's another one, I think, in the Saarland, which is not that far, but it's I don't think it's an option. So there's nobody here in this area, and I bet rather that there are a lot of people, a lot of trans people who still feel like they're the only ones, and it's just ridiculous. You just come out of your closets and you just show who you are. And even in a village like this here, I am prepared to sell up. If things should get unbearable, for example, if you really get very nasty reactions, then I would think that it would be wiser to sell up and move to a different place. Maybe then there try to educate people and to introduce yourself as a trans person, or just wait how they accept you. And if in case somebody else, just tell them and then see the reaction. But the village here, I've got this house now for 8 or 9 years, and people might have noticed that something's not quite right. That I have so many facets, really. They've seen me so many colors, so to speak. They've seen my various hair, they've seen my various hair colors, they've noticed that I do all the man stuff, I do all the renovations, but I haven't got a girlfriend, so I'm not lesbian. That's weird. Then I have a very good friend, he's a guy, but he could be gay, but they're not quite sure. So they are confused enough. So I wouldn't grudge them that. So if they met me as a man and they wouldn't accept me, I think I would be able to forgive them, because it's you ask a lot of an average person, so to speak, who has never even thought of this being possible, and you ask a lot, and yeah, some people will just not be able to compute that, what's going on. Right, so I will have to finish now, so I want to get this hair business done. Take a last shower, wash the hair, have a last look. But you see, it's really nasty hair, it's not nice, so it'll come off anyway. And yeah, well, altogether I'm quite happy with what I'm doing right now. It feels okay, and I'm looking forward to the next, to what tomorrow brings, basically. So it's a good project. It feels like, yeah, I want to get started, and it's a good feeling. It's good to know you're on the right path, and it's good to know that this path is leading you somewhere to a happier place, or that it leads you to the place where you belong, so that you're on the right way. That's a good feeling, because I've known the feeling of being on the wrong path for years, and that is really, yeah, it can be very exhausting, because you know you have to go back and do it all over again, because you're not going to reach your destination. So you have to correct your course, so to speak. You have to get new coordinates, and you have to really stick to that and not let other people try to tell you otherwise. So that's that, and that's me signing off. Ta-da!